I bowl fast and I hit the ball hard. And I look pretty strong. And I'd say the gym has a lot to do with that. So today I'm going to share my gym routine that's powerlifting style push-pull legs type of split. That'll help you increase your pace, gain more control over your bowling and hit the ball way further. And even if you don't play cricket, you just leave out the cricket specific exercises and you'll still get stronger. So let's get started. Our first day is pull day, which means back and biceps. And like any other day, we're going to first start off with our warm-up. Now, as a cricketer, I'm sure you have a couple areas of your body that are very stiff. And as a fast bowler for me, that's lower back and probably shoulder blades. So I roll those out first, and then we move on to some dynamic stretches. Now, if you have a warm-up you like to do, I suggest you do that. Otherwise, you can just follow along. Now, as I'm doing these, I'm going to explain what we're doing today. Look, I'm a lazy guy, but I like to call it efficient. And what that means is we're going to go with heavier weights to failure, but with lower reps. Now, form is of course important, but as you're doing your reps, you want to make sure as you go up, you're very explosive, and as you go down, you're very slow. And you'll see what that means as we go on. So now once you're warmed up, we move on to our first exercise, which is unilateral pull downs, which is a fancy way of saying one arm lat pull downs. So you find one of these cable poles and you find one of these grips, ones that allow you to move your arm really freely. We're going to do 3 sets of 6 reps on each side. Now here's the form because I make these cricket specific. If you watch my video on how to bowl faster, remember I said your non-bowling arm is the most important. So this is what we're trying to simulate here. So the way you set this up is your front leg, which is the same one as when you're bowling, is facing the pole and your back leg is 45 to 90 degrees sideways facing. You can see it in the video. And you get down on your knees and you really snap your non-bowling arm down. Pretend you're bowling. So as you do this rep, you want to make sure you also rotate your lower and upper body as if you're actually bowling. And what this does is this trains your body to recruit more muscles when you actually pull down. So when you do this without resistance and you're actually bowling, you'll actually bowl faster. You want to do 2 more sets of this, and you want to do 6 reps each side because of course 1 over. Which brings us to our second exercise, and that's good old pull-ups. Pull-ups hit pretty much all of your back. And even if you can't, a good alternative is lat pull downs. Now, if you're doing lat pull downs, you want to do 3 sets of 10 to 12, still at decent weights, and you still want to fail by the time you hit your 3rd set. Now, one important part for the grip for these pull-ups is you want to make sure that your thumb is not under the bar. It's either on top of the bar or not used at all, because this will bias your back more. And if I'm being honest, failure is one of the keys here. If you want to increase your strength, you have to push to failure. And to ensure that you're doing this properly, another important part is rest time. Between each set of pull-ups, you want to rest for at least 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Now, rows are pretty simple, and I actually don't like to use this grip. I like to use this grip kind of like a Lego man, because this provides a different stimulus than pull-ups. And again, with this one, you're going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, a little bit more because you have the machine so you can stabilize it, and it's usually a little easier to do. Really emphasize the tempo here, taking explosive pulls and then slow controlled releases. This will help you build more muscle as well, especially if you aren't trying to do this just for cricket. With pull-ups and rows, you have your main compound exercises for the day covered. And now we're going to move on to our 4th exercise, which is a cricket specific exercise. And this is med ball throwdowns. Now look, we're going to do 4 sets, and the first 2 sets are pretty simple. You take a med ball. I like to use a 15 pound for this one. And you're just going to take it up as high as you can and slam it down using your entire body. Now, an important part in this is to use your entire body. And that means you really squeeze your core to bring the ball down. Extend your back. And the more muscles you use in this, the better it trains your brain to use your whole body for movements that you do during cricket. When you do the 3rd and 4th set, this is where the really cricket specific part comes in. Now, it said you have to really learn to transfer your momentum from your hips using your core and your back in my fast bowling video. And this is what we're doing here. So what you're going to do is you're going to first hold the ball up. Then you're going to first rotate your lower body. You're going to step out with your front foot. And you're going to slam the ball down in front of you as if you're bowling. I'm not going to lie, this is hard to explain, but if you watch the video, you're going to understand exactly what I mean. And you are going to do this both sides because you don't want to get imbalanced. But I think this is probably one of the best exercises you can do to increase the amount of bounce you get and also the control your body has in bowling. Because in this, you can really focus on getting your entire body to just slam the ball without worrying about where the ball actually goes, right? You can even do a little bit of a follow through as you see I'm doing in some of these. I do 2 sets of these, 6 to maybe 8 reps if you got extra energy. And with this, the next time you bowl, you're going to feel a difference. Your body will feel like a oiled machine. Now we move on to our last 2 exercises. And these are the isolation ones because let's face it, isolations are important. There are some muscles that while they get targeted, you need to focus on them to really get a difference. Now, the first one is our rear delt fly, which you do on one of your chest fly machines. Now you want to make sure that your arms are in line with your shoulders height-wise. And then you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are clasped backwards. So this really isolates your rear delts. And you want to do 3 sets of 10 to 12 because shoulders are one of those muscles that you can train extra, even though I said you want to do fewer reps. It's a good exercise for batting especially because your rear delts are really focused anytime you play a pull shot or any horizontal bat shots. And then we end with probably any gym goer's favorite exercise, bicep curls. You get a crazy pump from these, and I'm going to be honest, not much to say here. You're going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10. Some people like to do more reps with these, like I said, with the shoulders, but I'm going to be honest, it just feels fun to throw some weight around. Just make sure you aren't swaying, because the second you stop swaying, you're going to realize, wow, this is actually not that easy. And with this, we come to the end of our pull workout. We had some crate specific exercises, some major compound exercises, because if I'm being honest, especially if you're a beginner to the gym, it's way better for you to focus on increasing your overall strength rather than doing cricket specific exercises, because that'll help you become a better sports person. And the cricket specific exercises only really work once you've maxed out your natural strength. And along with those, we also had some fun isolation exercises, because let's face it, the most important thing in the gym is being consistent. If you're consistent, you're going to see growth, even if you're doing exercises way wrong. But even if you're doing the perfect workout, it's not going to work unless you go at least 3 times a week. Now, if you like this kind of gym content, please like and subscribe. And who knows, maybe I'll post some more of it. In the meantime, I'll be posting my push workout within the next couple of days and then my legs workout right after that.